What up? It is Simply Simming here, and I'm here today to do a simple video. Sorry about the washing machine in the background. I'm actually doing a bunch of towels at the moment, and yeah, they're currently in the washer. So I had my birthday this week, and I wanted to do something in tribute and honor to my mom. So I asked her what house she wanted me to build, and she told me a unique country-style home. And I started thinking about how I can make a country home unique. Now, she's talked in the past about the types of houses that she may want, but it really did not make sense to me, and I did not get it in my head right away how to do this house. And as you can see, I'm really just trying to figure out how I want the house to look. I wanted something unique about it, so each level has its own unique purpose. And then we did a little fence around each side. I had a little bit of trouble clicking and dragging. I was challenged that day, what can I say? So this house is going to be a 5-bedroom and a 2 or 3.5 bathroom. It's bigger than what my mom wanted, but it came out amazing. So as you can see, I'm just putting up the deck still. Now I want to have a stone low fence wall. I couldn't really find any rustic ones that I liked, so I decided just to go with that and see how it looked. She actually loved this house. She thought it was cool, thought it was unique. And I raised all the wall heights up. We actually, because I'm not thinking straight. Sorry, my mind is on homework because I have homework to get done after this video's up. But I actually enjoyed making this house, and one of the things that I had the best time doing was hearing her opinion of it. And as you can see, I kind of made it into a barn-shaped roof. Yeah, my dad wants a barn for our house, and I'm going to be doing one that my dad wants a house that my dad would like to live in, his dream home. Sorry guys, but that's going to take me a little bit longer because yeah, he wants a barn, not just any barn. He is very detailed on this barn. So it's going to take me a little bit to figure out how to correctly get this to fit into the Sims 4. And I had a little bit of a hard time with the stairs. Let's just say that. I had a hard time. I don't know why I had such a hard time with the stairs, but what are you going to do? So now we're going to actually get into fencing off the rooms, and this one is supposed to be a master suite. So this is literally a study or a lounging room, a bedroom, and an ensuite for your master Sims, your parents, and I cannot speak. So it's 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath. 3 beds and 2.5 bath. I am not even speaking. I recorded this all at once about a week and a half ago. My schedule has been hectic. Let's just put it that way. So I sit down and I record about 5 or 6 videos to make sure I get them up on time. So that's the reason why I'm like, what the hell am I doing? And next week is going to be the Let's Play. I know I stated this last week in my video. But in case you missed it, I will be doing, basically, every other week is going to be a Let's Play episode. And every week, so basically the 1st and 3rd week of the month is going to be Let's Play. 2nd and 4th is going to be a build video. And that's just to give you guys a little bit of variation and a little bit of difference. And I have no idea what I'm saying. So she actually loved the way this came out, and she's actually thinking about maybe trying The Sims. So there might be a video that she did. I might post it up here. I'll have to talk to her about that. It's her decision. So I figured it's a country home. Most country homes have this gazebo. So I went ahead and I put in a gazebo. I kind of made it squared, octagonally. I have no idea how to say what I did. So now you have this beautiful gazebo here, and I put in some fence posts, not fence posts, columns. I put in some columns, and there's two separate columns. The gazebo has one type, and this deck area has another type, and that was done just to ensure that I had support and that it didn't look like it was just free floating. The cool thing about the Sims 4 is you can free float rooms. They don't even need a support. You can just place them there and they will stay there. So I definitely wanted to try that. It came out awesome, but it didn't look that great, and actually my dad said it looked really weird. So I decided just to, pacify my dad. So I put in these fence posts to give it some support, because in the end, it's my mom's home that she wanted to live in. So it's this 3/4 wraparound deck. I don't know really what to call it. She's always wanted a wraparound deck. So I finally gave her a wraparound deck, and it actually ended up changing my plans altogether. And I'll show you why. Because once I get them putting fence posts in random locations, I realized that I did not make the deck match up with the rest of the house. So it didn't really work. As you can see, you just have a huge space there. And I was going to put a roof, but then it kind of erased my fence, and I didn't want to do that. So I just enlarged the entire balcony upstate for the first level and kind of replaced the fencing, and the cats are playing. Awesome. And then I had to do it upstairs as well. So the master bedroom kind of got enlarged, and then I didn't want to enlarge anything else, so I just made master balcony a little bit bigger. This is my type of personality. If something is not working out right, I just say screw it, and I'm going to compromise. And I'm going to try to make it somewhat a middle ground with it. That's just me personally. So I wanted the gazebo to have a matching roof, and so that was my next challenge, was getting this to match. Which obviously is not that challenging now that we have these awesome tools in The Sims 4. And after I played the game for a little while longer, I'm going to go ahead and do a Sims 4 review, kind of like a compare and contrast from Sims 4 to The Sims 3, and what I think of the other two. What I think of the two, I should say, not between the two. So as you can see, I'm using the buy room window tool just to kind of simply put some windows in. I really wanted a lot of natural light in this home, which kind of gave me the idea to, and this is going to be used in another one of my homes, to try to tri-level a house. It's basically each level is its own unique wall height, has its own unique foundation height. Unfortunately, I found out I could not do it. So you're going to see my rendition of it later. Right now, she wanted a log style home, like wooden logs. This is the closest thing I could find to it. It's not exactly a log cabin siding, but it is pretty darn close. So as you can see, I just made all the fencing connect, deleted some of those fence posts just because they didn't really work. And now we're starting on the kitchen. Now, the kitchen is right when you walk in. We have this neat little nook here with the kitchen. I will say I did miss a lot of I really did not have the correct dimensions for this house, and it definitely shows. And that's one of the things my mom does not like in a house, is when you don't have, as she put it, ample space to really see it functioning. The only bad thing I do not like about The Sims 4, there is a lot of stuff missing. So I literally don't even have I can't design the house the way I would usually prefer to, which, when you think about it, is not too bad. But at the same time, I would prefer more decorations. But I know that'll come out probably with like expansion packs and stuff. It's just a matter of waiting, which is not my strong suit. So as you can see, I'm using the advanced placement tool to just go ahead and design this kitchen my own way. For those of you who do not know, the advanced placement tool, you click on the counter you want, and when you go to like find the color that you want, there's a little gear. You click it and you can really customize the kitchen, counters, and cabinets to your desire. So like I said, my mom is into country, so I went with antique furnishings and really rustic furnishings as best as possible. That's why you have the vintage stove, the wood burning stove, and the vintage ice box. They're not really the best in the game, but she wanted it, she got it. And now you have the best part. And I ended up resizing the walls eventually. I just did not like the way they came out. And I ended up having to redo this. She loves counters and hutches. She loves her hutches, so I really wanted like this hutch cabinet that I found, which I thought made the room look awesome, but there's really no good way of putting the stuff there because you have such high ceilings. I felt like I had put cabinets all across the ceiling, and then you'll see eventually I ended up deleting this entire thing once I got it done. But you end up with this really weird like array of cabinets that just, it did not fit. So I shouldn't have done it that way, and I know I shouldn't have, but I just did not want to think about it. So as you can see, you have like all these cabinets, and I was kind of going, this doesn't look right, this doesn't look right. So I asked my brother to come over, and he even sat there and went, that is way too many cabinets, what are you doing? So I took his advice, I took my mom's advice, I took my dad's advice. They all sat there and went, you are nuts. So I redid the wall heights. As you can see, it just clicked. And I kept the cabinets pretty base as much as possible after I went through and adjusted all the wall heights. Unfortunately, that got rid of a lot of windows and the doors. So I had to go back in and redo all my windows and all my doors. Good thing is I already had all the cabinetry done, so it wasn't going to interfere with my cabinets. And then the doors I ended up forgetting about, so I had to go and put the doors back in. And luckily, the sliding glass doors to get onto the balcony stayed. So then I decided to go in and redo the counters because she still wanted her hutches. She told me that I absolutely could not forget to put her hutches in. So she had her hutches, I got my kitchen cabinets galore. So it was a very nice trade-off. And I ended up putting a window right by the sink there. I couldn't get it the way I wanted it, so I decided to go with one of the other windows from the bathroom. It might look a little weird, but hey, it's still blue, it still matches. And if you haven't guessed by now, my mom's favorite color is blue. Her and my brother actually share that. Their favorite colors are baby blue, blue. My mom likes a bunch of colors, but blue and lavender are her favorite. So next, I moved on to the bar stools, the dining room, and I had a hard time figuring out the table that she would like. So I put a couple of options out there. Finally found the one that she liked. Luckily enough, it was the second table I chose, and I went, this is my mom. I turned off the grid just because I was getting pissed off at it. Yeah, let's just be honest, I was getting pissed at it. And then I went with pretty rustic chairs and some blue features to it, just to give it a nice splash. And then she wanted a pot pan rack. She's always wanted one. Fortunately, in our home now, we cannot get one just because of space. So I figured I would give her a little pot rack to, at least she'll have it in the SIMS. And I might I kind of like this where I build my family their dream home. I kind of like doing it. It really inspired me. So I might stick with it. I might do like my extended family as well. My grandparents, my brother, my cousins. It just depends on the different styles that they want to do. I know I'm going to be doing my dad no matter what. And they'll be done for the end of the month. Or I might do it around his birthday, which is in October. It's in the middle of October. I'll probably do it for his birthday. Why not? So I wanted a plant to go by the door. And like I said, she loves flowers. She loves these like lavender type flowers and lilies. And those kind of look like it. So I went ahead and did it, put those flowers in. I kind of realized that the counters didn't look great. So I redid the counter a little bit. And then I realized I don't like that either. It just looks weird. So I ended up trying to redo it a little bit, make it look better. I think that's the final product. Yeah, that was the final product. So I moved on to the living room. Now the living room took me a while just because I knew that she would want a fireplace. And I wanted some reds in there as well, not just whites and blues. So I went with blues, reds, whites for the main floor, as well as some natural woods. And then we went with this amazing Victorian fireplace. Now that's the second type of house she loves, is Victorian. But this home I could really freestyle with. And as you can see, I just put a wood crate there because that is so my mom. She would completely take a wooden crate and use it as a table. And then we went with the TV on top because, yeah, my dad wants a TV. He would love a TV over the fireplace. And a jukebox, because my mom actually still wants a jukebox. We keep trying to talk her out of it, but she does not give up. She wants a jukebox. And then I decided to go with these milk jug flowers. Because, well, they are country and country and country, and they are just so cute. They're just like tree branches. It's awesome. I know you guys really can't see that well inside the house. It's kind of dark. That's my bad. I did not change the time of day, so this automatically resets at night. A little wrought iron love seat, and you saw me putting in the grill in the back. I wanted to go do like a trellis, whatever you say that word is, like a flowery arch to get over the stairs with. It didn't really work. That's what I would have loved to have move objects on, just to make it better. And I could have put it there. And I'm working on the bathroom. Simple, rustic, half bath. That's all that's in there. besides a mirror and maybe some pictures. I think I did put a couple pictures in there. Yeah. I went with like these watercolor pictures. They looked adorable. And I kind of went with like Rockies. I did not like the watercolor. I couldn't find one that matches. So I went with like these mountainscapes because I know my mom loves them. And then I went with this one and some more landscapes. There's a lot of pictures in this house. I will tell you guys that. Some more pictures. Those are just antique photos. And now we moved on to the office. The office is wide and empty. This entire main floor was just pretty much empty spaces. I could not figure out what to put in the main floor for the life of me. And for those of you who are wondering, this is sped up at twice the speed. So it's a 40-minute house video. This is about 40 minutes long for this video. It took me about an hour and a half to make this house. And that's not including the time I stopped recording because my dad was talking, or I stopped recording because my mom asked me a question. That's just the amount of time I recorded, was an hour and a half. So as you can see, that's the office. Nothing too fancy. I put a little hedge there, and then I moved upstairs. And I changed the time of day because I could not see nothing. And I decided to make kind of like a musician's room and then an artsy room. Just because when I was younger, I was really into crafts and I was really artistic when I was younger. And my brother was into the guitar and kind of like a musician. He somewhat still is. I was trying to figure out which nightstand I thought would be best. I ended up just going with the regular one and then just putting a bunch of posters and pictures in the room. So as you can see, there's a football guy poster, there is a musician poster, and this in general was kind of like would have been like my brother's room if he stuck with music. He didn't. He ended up switching to like psychology and what else did he switch to? And football and sports. So this was kind of just like fun to build because I took what we were like as children and kind of inspired this room in the next room. Unfortunately, his room ended up being bigger than my room did, which is not really true in real life. Our rooms are literally only like a 2-foot difference. They seem bigger, but they are not. So he has a guitar, he has a violin, he has a piano. And my mom kind of like asked me, why did you do a musician's room and like a child's artsy crafty room? So then I told her I just wanted to do something that, resembled our childhood. So he has a little table there with a tablet. He'll probably, play some sports on the tablet. Who knows? So, as you can see, this room is not that cluttered. It's not that open either, like the main floors. I did want to put a rug in here. The rug I wanted, I could not get, so I just decided to go with that one and said, that's fine. So we went on and moved to this room. Originally I was going to put a bassinet in here, but I decided against it and decided to go with a artsy, craftsy room. Now, my room would never be purple, would never have any purple in it. But I decided to go with purple just because. So she is also getting a desk with a chair. Her desk is more so like cluttered than his was. She's also getting a secondary table to kind of put a bunch of stuff on that she probably does not need. Actually, I don't think I put a chair in by her desk. I don't know. There's a backpack because she goes to school. And if you notice, he did not get a backpack in his room. I actually went to public school for high school. My brother graduated homeschooled. And I found some stuff that I thought would go perfect in the kitchen. So I jumped back downstairs and started filling in spaces that needed to be filled in dramatically. The kitchen is really cluttered. I just now noticed that, guys. I am sorry. The kitchen is extremely cluttered. Now jumping back upstairs, we finished off her room. My mom actually did make me a dollhouse when I was younger. So there is a princess dollhouse there because, well, mine is kind of like a Victorian style home. And that's the closest thing that I could find to fit my dollhouse. And I definitely wanted it to kind of, like I said, resemble my childhood. So that kind of looks like it. It doesn't have all the chimneys and all the extra rooms, but it resembles it enough. So there's her little art station with some pictures of a ladybug, of a bunny, and then I put like an elephant over it. Yep, there's the elephant. And then I put some other pictures and just cluttered the walls with posters and random stuff. I love nature, so I put the tree in my room. And I really wanted to kind of like incorporate some artsy stuff in here. So I found anything resembling and having to do with art and put it inside the room. So next, I don't know why my cat is meowing. So the next thing we did was move on to the bathroom. Now, the bathroom, my mom did yell at me about. Apparently, I did not do it country enough. I did not adequately design it to resemble the country style, which, okay, I don't know why she would really, I don't know, it doesn't really matter to me if it's 100% country, but I wanted to do something unique in the bathroom, so I went with this pretty cool, like, double sink U-shaped thing. I put some towels there because, let's face it, this is going to be for family, so there's three different colors of towels there, as well as a dirty clothes basket, dirty clothes, there's a hamper that I'm throwing in there right now, and I put some soap out, put some more stuff out there, and I just wanted it to be simple. We put up some hooded robes for the kids. What I realized lately was there's a lot more decorative stuff in the base model of The Sims 4 than there was in The Sims 3. There's a lot more stuff that I'm drawn to kind of use my homes. Sorry, I'm hearing random noises around my house. And then I decided I kind of wanted to put this, like, divider there, but I really did not know how I was going to use it. And I decided, you know what, I'm going to fence in the toilet, because you can never have too much privacy when you're on the toilet. So now you're private from the shower, so if, you know, one kid's taking a shower, one kid has to use the bathroom, you know, they are covered in privacy. There's a little painting in the bathroom. It's kind of like a naturescape. And that's it for that bathroom. Simple, 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 but unique. Actually, put flowers in there apparently. I don't know. I actually wanted to try to make sure that they weren't peering out first, and they didn't. So there is second story. Now we're going to go up to the master story. Master escape. Now, this bathroom was done off screen just because I had my mom kind of help me out, and I do apologize for that, but there is pretty much the same stuff in the master as there is in the second story, just not as much counter space, not as much towels. We jump right into the master bedroom, just a Cinderella type Victorian bed here, some amours, a dresser, 2 dressers actually. And I really wanted to do, like, make use of the space as much as possible, but I really left it kind of blank and empty, just because there wasn't as much decorative stuff as I would have liked, for country themed. And I kind of wanted to put, like, curtains in the room. I think this is the No, I did not do curtains. There's a lot of windows in this room, and that would have taken me forever to do the curtains. So the next thing I decided to do was I found a grandfather clock, and we actually have it in our house that my great-grandpa built. It doesn't work. It broke, but we still have it, so I figured I would put a grandfather clock in for my mom, and then just like clutter her bedroom with paintings and pictures, because I know in her room now there's a bunch of stuff that me and my brother made her when we were younger, and she still keeps it over by her bed. So I really wanted to take a bunch of paintings and stuff that looked like they came from children and put it next to the bed here, just to kind of pay tribute to her. And there's a lot of flowers. My dad actually yelled at me because there is, quote, too much flowers for a man's room. But hey, she loves flowers, like I stated. So there's not too many flowers, but there's just enough flowers. There's a double Victorian fireplace there. And I use my SIMS, my Simplum things I got from The Sims 3 for rewards for owning a couple of The Sims 3 games. So those are up there just because they kind of look like awards to me, and that's something that she would do. She would demonstrate her children's rewards on her dresser. The daughter's room is bright and lively. There's some like spotlights over. No, I didn't do that. I don't know what I did. I shouldn't have recorded this a week ago. I really shouldn't have. There is a lot of lights in his room just because his room was kind of darker than hers. I think hers has more windows just because she has 2 walls on the outside, whereas he only has the 1. And in the bathroom, I wanted something simple, so I went for like these rustic looking wall lights. The cool thing about the bathroom is that there's not that many places that I need. It's not that dark, so I really didn't have to put too many lights in there. One thing I don't like about The Sims 4 is how dim the lights are, especially wall lights. They're just, it annoys me. And I was going to sit there and put, I was going to put something in that back room where I just fenced it off. I decided out of it just because it did not look good. I didn't like the way it was coming out of my head. So all downstairs, except for the dining room, and with simple lodge lights. And in the kitchen, I kind of like these chandelier thingies. They look cool. I like them. Now there's no screenshots for this game, for this house, and this house will actually be up on the exchange. And my username for the exchange is different than my YouTube name. I haven't figured out how to change it yet. Probably won't, but it's under Sarah. I actually don't know what it's going to be under. I will leave it in the description below. As you can see, their bedroom has a ton of lights. They're like these circular chandelier lights, which look really cool and really like my mom. But I will leave in the description below the link to get this house, if you want to live in it. I think this house costs like $300,000 simoleons to build. But it turned out awesome, and I loved it. So there's a fountain on the decks. 2 fountains. Just because I didn't know what else to put up there. There's like no outside furniture, no loungers, nothing I would typically put on my decks. So I just put a fountain. Because fountains are awesome. And in this gazebo thing, we put a simple chair, again, red. I felt like I used blue too much in this house, so I went with red. And then we put a game table out here, because knowing my family, we would definitely be outside playing like chess and poker, which I honestly don't know how to play poker, but if I had that, I would probably learn. And there's another chess table, just in case the other one's too crowded. I don't even know if you can play chess on it. I haven't barely tried out any of like the furnishings from the outdoors in the game. And now I'm just going through doing some of the flooring throughout the house, and she loves tile. But I wanted to keep it kind of rustic, and in the child's bathroom, if you didn't notice, you have like puzzle tiles, puzzle shaped designed tiles. Now came the interior painting, and this part, it took me a while because my parents are the type of people who plan ahead. What I mean by that is they will actually plan for when they are selling the house. Maybe 50 years down the road, when the house is getting ready to be put up for sale, they're planning for it. We literally, except for like my bedroom, my brother's bedroom, the entire house is done in like off-white colors. My parents is in an off-white, pinkish rose color. My bedroom is done in blue. Blue is my favorite color. Dark blue is my favorite color. So my one was done in, ironically enough, it was called Cinderella's ball gown or Cinderella's carriage, something like that. And it is dark as dark can be. It is unbelievable how dark it is. But I know my mom wanted a light house, some of all neutral light colors. Outside, I did this nice pond with like these fishy sprayers, just because it looked cool, and I love it. I loved it. But I didn't like how the pond was just sitting in the middle of the grass, so I went with a simple tile edging around it and moved it, and it looked awesome. I was trying to get it centered with the stairs. I couldn't do it, so I just kind of left it there. And then I wanted to like put paving. I wanted to put paving. I wanted to put pavements going around the fountain. It's kind of like give you this neat little walkway. I didn't do it evenly, as you can tell. I did not do it evenly at all. I had a hard time with it. I don't know why. I don't know why I had such a hard time doing this paving around this fountain. It did not want to work for me. Please tell me I did not leave that one bulge there. I probably did. And then I want flowers, because my mom is obsessed with flowers. So I wanted to go with like red, white, and blue to match the interior. I decided to just go with a simple hedgerow. And then I had to obviously go back and patch up the spaces. And then I had to connect it somehow to there. So I just kind of like made this loopy train thingy. I deleted the flowers. They didn't really fit there. And I went ahead and put this fencing in. And I loved how it was a hedge, but I didn't like how it was stood on top of the foundation. I didn't want it that way. I wanted a simple fence. And unfortunately in The Sims 4, or it's like in The Sims 3, I could have drawn a fence around my entire property and not had to worry about the boundary line. In The Sims 4, you can't go more than a square, you can't go up to the next square to your property line, which makes it look ridiculous. It did not look good, and it was horrible. The one thing I do like about The Sims 4 is how I can pick stuff up and just move it if I need to. And ironically enough, the mailbox looked incredible. And yes, all the trees look flat after I set them down. That's just the angle my camera was at. They actually don't look like that. But I wanted to go with natural trees that are around this property. And this is a big yard. My parents actually do want a bigger yard than they do want a house. My dad told me that once said that he wanted a 2.5 to 4 acre lot so that he can have as much junk as he wants and he can hide it from my mom. Because my mom is kind of a neat freak. Which is not necessarily a horrible thing, but it's humorous at times when my dad is one of those people who likes to collect stuff, especially tools that he does not use. Whereas my mom is the type of person who does not like that. I wanted to put something for the children there, so I went with like a monkey bar. They really didn't have a rustic play gym that she would have liked. But this is the end